for Osodo. Henry. Great display this by Japan. Henry. Morioka. Henry. Three here is Kitahara. Morioka. He did say he could hold the key, Morioka, in the Japanese comeback, and it really has come to pass, hasn't it? Here's Osodo. And again, Osodo. One spell here of Japanese possession. Final 3 minutes of the match. And what a match. Henry. Morioka. Henry. Morioka. Osodo. Where's the next goal going to come from? Which team is going to crack? Which is going to yield? Every Japanese pass gets a beat of the drum from those fans behind the goal. Henry. Portugal here being toyed with, being played with, being menaced, ravaged by Japan. Here's Henry. On to Kitahara. Morioka. When do they inject the killer ball? Maybe now. Osodo. Henry. Every Portuguese player behind the ball here. Every player on both teams is in the Portuguese half. Osodo. Henry. Osodo. Now the pace injected. Here's Morioka! Oh! What a chance! What a chance for 6-5 Japan. Well, they waited, they were so patient to bide their time, and then the chance came. Morioka couldn't find the finish for once. Now Cardinal. Arnaldo. Joe. Arnaldo. Joe. Joe for Portugal there. Caught, was he? Referee says no, it was a collision, there was no foul. Here's Hoshi. Hoshi breaks free. And Joe with a challenge to win the ball back well for Portugal. Here's Ricardinho. Ricardinho makes the angle here. Morioka's challenge. Timeout called, I think. Well, 5-5, a minute to play, just over a minute to play. Is there to be a winner in one of the games of this or any other FIFA Futsal World Cups? This has been a special game. Yellow card for Komiyama. Meanwhile, and now the timeout is indeed called by the Japanese. Well, it's a game which has had 10 goals, a game which may yet have a winning goal. Fine contest so far. And a point here which would do Japan's hopes of qualifying the world of good, because if they got a draw here, 1 point, and beat Libya, and 4, they would surely finish as at least one of the 4 best, third best teams, if not the runners-up in the group. And don't underplay the role these fans have played in this match either. Those Japanese fans behind the goal at which their team has scored 4 goals have been a real example to supporters all over the world. And even when your team is in a pretty horrible place at 5-1 down, cheering them on can have the world of good, do the power of good to inspire, to instill belief and to keep belief, and to maybe spark this kind of comeback. Claimed by João Benedito. Ricardinho for Arnaldo, always giving the ball away here to Henry. Henry, it's with Hoshi. Hoshi blocked by Jean Matos. It's a free kick. And the Japanese will have all 5 players inside the Portuguese half. They believe this game can be won. Final 45 seconds. Osodo. Kitahara, Osodo. Kitahara in towards Morioka, but too long, too high and over hit. And now there are 30 seconds just over to play. Ricardinho. Jean Matos. Marinho. All given away here. Hoshi. Morioka. Is there time for one last Japanese attempt on goal, or a Portuguese one to win the match? A little over 10 seconds. Ricardinho. Now Marinho. Cardinal! Oh, what a save, Osodo! Marinho back in, and again Marinho with a volley over the top. And what a result as the whistle sounds, one of the great games at any FIFA Futsal World Cup. Japan take a point, their first of this World Cup. What a story, from 5-1 down at one point. They rallied and they fought back, and they take a point here. A remarkable game. The coaches embrace. Their teams have given us a match to savour. 5-5 the final score, and Japan can believe they can now go on to qualify for the knockout stages for the very first time. That was their goal from the outset here, and this result has given them a real chance of doing that. What a story, what a game. Full-time score from Nakon Ratchasima. Portugal 5, Japan 5. Well, what a game here, a 5-all draw as Japan's players take the plaudits. Well, these the closing stats. What a game, look at that. 5-5 the final score, but really Japan from 5-1 down. They had more possession and their goalkeeper made more saves, but what a story, what a second half. From 5-1 to 5-2 to, in the end, 5-5 in the end. One of the great games of this or any other FIFA Futsal World Cup. Well, that leaves the Group C table like this. The Portuguese top on 4 points from 2 games. Japan have 1 point, but they know now if they can beat Libya in their last game in Bangkok in 3 days' time, they will surely qualify for the first time for the knockout stage as at least one of the 4 best third-place teams. Brazil take on Libya in the day's second game here in Nakhon Ratchasima. Well, there's the highlights, and it was some game, wasn't it? One of the great games of futsal here. If you're new to this sport, then what a game to really get your appetite whet for what's to come in this competition. João Matos in the first minute, 1-0 Portugal. And the second goal was turned in by the Japan-based player Ricardinho. That was 2-0. 3 came soon after too. Cardinal's 4th goal of this World Cup, as the Portuguese at this stage were rampant. Morioka scored a wonder goal to make it 3-1. But back came the Portuguese to reclaim a 3-goal buffer. That man Cardinal again, and then 5-1 Ricardinho at this point, surely game over, but the Japanese made the most of Cardinal's mistake here to see Shoto Hoshi make it 5-2 before half-time. And then in the second half, Japan came out like a different team, a team possessed. The Portuguese couldn't find a further goal to stretch their lead, and that proved expensive because the Japanese went on the offensive. First here, Wataru Kitahara made it 5-3, and then they thought they had hope as he found the bottom corner with a well-placed shot. Next it was that man Morioka again, as the Japanese broke here with pace and purpose and menace. And the F-League's top scorer got his second goal of this World Cup for the national team. That was 5-4. Just one more goal to level it up. It came, and their qualifying top scorer Katsutoshi Henmi with a famous goal to seal a famous fight back. 5-5, and Japan take a legendary, memorable point here in Group C as their World Cup is off and running big time. Great story, great game. It finishes remarkably 5-5 in Nakhon Ratchasima. Well, what a game. That's all from the first game here. For myself, Dan O'Hagan, hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. It's goodbye for now.